Hello guys, welcome to another edition of this Do It Yourselfer channel. Today I'm gonna repair some cracks on a plastic bumper. This is on a 2006 Porsche Cayenne. You know how expensive these things they can get. It seems like if they bump into something and it got some cracks. So what I'm gonna do first is I want to glue it, and yes, I'm gonna use super glue just to put them back together, and so that way I'm gonna reinforce it and you know prevent from this thing to crack even more. All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna use just a regular crazy glue, and like I said, this is just to hold it, and I'm gonna try to push it with my fingers like that and try to glue it as much as possible right now. That's gonna be the first step. Okay, and I'm gonna glue all the cracks. I'm gonna show you how to glue all of them, but I'm gonna glue all of them and trying to just hold it there together. All right, these ones and that one right there. So to cover these cracks, the very first thing I'm trying to do is trying to put all the pieces as straight as possible as it can, like with this knife, as you can see, because everything bent back. So with the knife, I just brought all the pieces more or less together, the best you can. I don't like this right here. It's kind of bumpy. I don't know if that's gonna be able to fix. I mean, to put it back inside. But yeah. So it was way back, so I brought it up with a knife, and so does on this crack. Okay. So I'm done with that. I'm gonna put a little bit of a super glue there. I'm gonna super glue it, and then I'm gonna continue with the POR-15. This is the amazing product that I'm talking about. It's called POR-15. I got this online because if you get the big bottle, you may gonna leave it there at the garage and it will go bad. So just buy a small can for small projects. Okay. All right, guys. So I got this cloth that is used for fiberglass, and I'm gonna cut some pieces, and I'm gonna try to get rid of all the leftovers in here. I'm gonna try to leave them as sharp as you can, just like that, because it really bothers when you're trying to fix this stuff. So I'm gonna make squares to measure the these things. So like right there, I'm gonna like this. I want to get rid of that's what I don't like about the cloth. And yeah, I just want you to have an idea of what I'm trying to do, which is see that, and then probably cut her like that. See, pretty much like that. What I want to do is cover the hole. Right now I'm gonna put some this glue, I'm just gonna stick it there. Yeah. This is big cracks, and what I'm trying to do is just fill the holes just to make it a little bit stronger while I'm working on it. I'm putting a little bit more on the sides to see if it will hold the cloth in place, that glue. Ooh, got it on my fingers and it's not working. Yeah, that's what the problem is that kind of like that. Something like that. I want to hold it there. And so now I'm ready to put the POR-15 on there. Don't like those things. I need a hairstylist in here to do this because I can't. I don't like those little hairs. Gotta make sure to be careful with this because this is the sensors for the vehicle. Okay. So that being done, well, I'm gonna cut the other sides too. I want to have them ready. So I'm gonna cut more pieces for the other side too. And I'm gonna cut all those pieces that I'm gonna be using. You already saw how I did it on that side, so I'm gonna do the same thing on that side, okay? And it's time for me to put that crazy glue there. I'm gonna try to put the cloth. Oh man. Just gonna throw a little bit more glue in here. Okay, so once we have that in place, um, it's time for our magical liquid to take place. Remember, I love this stuff. And I try to clean it really good before I put in this thing on. That's what I'm saying. That is not good. So I'm gonna try with a screwdriver, a bigger screwdriver. Finally, I was able to open this little can, and that's what happened. I thought I cleaned it really good, but since I did not, I damaged the cover, which is a bummer. So now I'm gonna have to try to find another can. Alright guys, so I'm ready to put the POR-15. Remember, you gotta buy these disposable brushes. Once you use it, it'll be no good to reuse them again. Alright, so what we're gonna do is just put one coat first. Now what this does is completely reinforces the bumper plastic. It's like giving them like metal. It gets really strong, and this is so cool. Top it off. We're gonna go to the other side. And we're gonna do the same. Once this thing gets dry, it gets as hard as metal. So we're gonna have to be here for a little bit and make sure that thing gets stuck. And again, all I'm trying to do right now is reinforce the cracks. This is gonna reinforce them. It's gonna be as hard as a steel, so that way it won't crack again on the same place. I don't know if you know what I'm trying to do. So yeah, this I give them a couple of coats. Alright, so this is good enough for right now. And I'm just gonna wait until it gets dry so that way I can put everything the way I want to, like that. It needs to be a little bit more dry, so. Alright guys, so I'll come back to you whenever this thing is ready. So guys, so since we damaged the can, now I'm gonna have to put it into a bigger can. I didn't find any empty cans at the local stores, but this is what you have to do in order to keep this POR-15 in working conditions. This is very damaging. Like I said, last time I tried to clean it really good. I don't know what happened, but it's gone. Let me show you what the cover ended up being after I remove it. It's all beat up. That was the only way. It gets so hard. Anyway, so I'm just gonna pour our POR-15 inside the bigger can, and we're just gonna leave it there, close it, and boom, you're good to go. It's safe to keep using it. It's very unfortunate that my little can give out. I try to keep it clean. Alright, so let's continue. Alright guys, so before doing the rest of the stuff in here, before I put the second coat in here, I'm gonna do a little different stuff. I'm gonna sand a little bit the parts where I'm gonna be putting the POR-15. This is so that way you can have a better grip. See? I'm gonna sand all the pieces because I'm gonna finish it all today. I mean finish the patches. That's what I'm trying to say. And there's another one right here. So I'm gonna apply the POR-15 a little bit different than the other one, just because the other one, it was a little bit hard for the fiber to catch on. So now that I have all the pieces sanded off, I'm just gonna clean it. I'm gonna clean it with isopropyl alcohol, and I'm gonna make the cuts, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Okay, and just give it a little bit better. Just want to give it a little bit of a roughness, so that way the POR-15 catches really good on there. All right. Still gonna clean it with alcohol, and I'll be right back. Here's the alcohol, and I'm just gonna clean this really good. Okay, once it's clean, I'm gonna go with the next step. All right, I'm gonna measure the fiber first, leave it all the sizes already correct, and then I'll show you what to do next. Alright guys, so I pre-cut the fiber. Alright, this is pretty much how I want it, like this piece is right here, and then I want this little piece right here is gonna be another one right there, and this one that I cut right here. Okay, So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna pour or fill this with POR-15. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit so that way it can get a little bit tacky, and then I'm gonna put the fiber so that way it can get stuck in there. If you know what I'm talking about, you will see in a little bit. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna proceed by putting the POR-15. Very careful not to get the lip of the can dirty. So I'm gonna put the POR-15 in all the area where you're gonna be putting the fiber. Don't be afraid to go over. Nothing happens. Now I had a little bit of problem with the sensor on that side. I don't know what I'm gonna do there yet, but I'll figure something. I'm gonna put it right here. Again, remember that the POR-15, this liquid is just to reinforce the cracks. This will make it really strong. All right. So on the meantime, when I'm letting this thing dry, I'm gonna put the second coat on the other ones that I put. It's the second coat. You can probably go up to 3 coats. I don't know if that'll be too much, but yeah, you can go up to 3 coats. And also I'm gonna go on that side to give them the second coat. See, now that was a sensor. If you can see, there's a sensor right there, and that sensor is the one that it was causing me some trouble. I don't know if it was because of the POR-15 that I throw, or because the sensor is submerged inside more than what it's supposed to be. Again, this is the second coat on the POR-15 for the first side, and I noticed this crack right here, which I'm gonna reinforce it. I don't think I'm gonna put fiber in there. This is a very small crack. Okay, so I'm gonna try to put the brush inside the plastic to see if I can make it last until it gets tacky. The other one, if I seal it, it might last a little bit longer. And I'm just gonna wait until this thing gets a little bit dry, so that way I can put the cuts that I made. Okay, so I'll come back to you whenever I'm ready to do this. Okay, so I think this thing got pretty tacky. I'm gonna try to put it on there. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, when it gets tacky, it's a lot easier to put the fiber. I know your finger is gonna get a little bit messed up, but okay. See? It's much easier. Instead of pulling, kind of messed up there. Okay, hope you can see what I'm talking about. It's easier to do it like that. And now we're just gonna cut the pieces that are they're gonna go under. It goes right on the cracks, guys, right on the cracks. All right, so okay. Again, one more time, just to reinforce the cracks, so that way they don't come back again. Because if you don't put anything there, there is a slight chance that the crack just come back, even though if you put the bondo. It's like if you didn't do any repairs at all, if the crack is gonna come back. I'll put in the ribs. And all the cracks. Alright. Okay, you can clean your hands after. Smash this thing really good. And now we just go to the other side too. To put the corresponding yeah. So the difference between what I did last time and this one is just that when the POR-15 is fresh, it's kind of hard for this thing to stay in the shape that you want to give them. And on this way, the way that I'm doing it, well, it forms. You give them the shape that you want, and then tuck it with your finger, and it stays there. That's the difference. And I think this one, it's much better, guys. If you're gonna do it, do this one. All right. And I'm thinking I just downed one right here. That's the last rib. That's the last rib that I want to put. And now they're all on the place where I want to. Well, now I'm gonna put the POR-15 on top. All right. Okay. I'll come back. So it did stay a little bit fresh. I think I can work with that. And I'm gonna complete the job by throwing the POR-15 right on top. Try to go easy. The leftovers, don't worry too much right now. You might be able to cut them down with a knife later on. And it's getting there. I'm getting there. I'm in a little bit very uncomfortable position right now, but believe me guys, this thing will get so hard and it will give him a second life, a second chance. It gets really strong. Love this stuff. Like I mentioned in other videos, this liquid you can throw it on rusted metal right on top of it. And it's like if you're putting another metal on top of it. And it's so good that it penetrates and it prevents from the rust eating the rest of the metal. It's really good. It's really good, guys. A little bit hard to work with, especially if you put the oh gosh. And I'm just down to the last one right here. Sorry for the camera. It's really hard when you have only 2 hands. Sometimes you wish to have 4. That will be very helpful. But anyway, I'm down to the last rib. And I think I covered the whole thing. I'm done. I'm gonna throw this on. I'm gonna throw this brush away. It's not good anymore. And well, let's wait until it gets dry to put a second coat and keep going with the project, guys. Alright. Alright guys, so I'm over here ready to put the second coat on the vehicle. I'm only gonna do 2 coats because it's not a hole in here. It's just cracks. If it was a hole, well, then I will use 3 coats to reinforce. Again, once again, this is just to reinforce the crack and prevent that it cracks again on the same place, because you know, once it's cracked, well, you know, it's weak. So yeah, this is just to prevent any more cracks in the same place. And this is really good, guys. I recommend this product 100%. I used this product on the 1969 Volkswagen floor. The floor was completely rusted, and man, it came out so good. Back then I didn't film. I wish I could have filmed it, but I didn't. So that way I can show you how I got to fix that, and it actually came out pretty strong, stronger than the metal itself. Now this thing is so good that you can put it on the rust itself. You can put it on top of the rust, and it will heal it, and it will cure it, and it will be just so strong. Alright guys, so here it is. Just done with the second coat. Okay, later on I'm gonna, whenever this thing gets dry again, I'm gonna cut the little pieces of hair that they're sticking out. Yeah. Now it doesn't matter if it's not too pretty, because we're still gonna put a coat of the bondo, which is the one that we're gonna be able to work. Alright guys, alright, so this is it. I'm gonna let it dry and I'll come back to you guys. Alright guys, this thing is finished and dry, and I'm gonna just give it a little sand with an 80 grit. See how those little hairs, they start getting a little bit better with the grinding. I'm using an 80 grit for this. And what I want to do is just give it a smooth, as smooth as you can, because actually where you're gonna have to be working on it. So when you put the bondo, that's when you really have to worry about it. See, if you do this with an 80 grit, well, you knocked off all the little hairs they were standing out there. Something that I don't like. But guys, this is so strong, really strong. Once you finish the job, it will be permanent. Hey guys, so I am about to prepare a another little piece of bondo. I try to do it on small quantities because this thing, I mean, if for us like us that we're not experienced, it dries so fast. It dries so fast. So I'm trying to get um, a little bit at a time, like a golf size. You wanna mention, because the instructions always says always read the instructions of how much you use of bondo in ratio with the hardener. Okay, so I always try to go like a golf size. That's gonna be too much. I think it's gonna be more than what I need. But once you mix it, you only have a few minutes to work. That's how fast this thing works. Um, as far as the dry, I always get like a little disposable spoon to get the rest of the bondo out of the uh, potty knife. And I show you how much I put of hardener of that size. So for that, I just put a little bit like this. That's it, man. That's all I put as far as the hardener for the quantity that I'm gonna need. So I'm gonna start mixing it real quick, and this is how I mix it. And once it gets to this color, it changes the color, you're ready to work on it. All right, you're ready to throw that in and start fixing whatever you want to fix. So in this case, I use my hand, which I don't recommend it, but that's about the only thing I know how to work with. I'm putting bondo, as you can see, in the whole affected area. Sometimes I like to use my hands, which obviously didn't recommend it, but man, I'm not an expert, and I want the best I can for what I'm doing. And I'm gonna fill the rest with bondo. Yeah, you can tell I don't have experience. Obviously, this is a do-yourself project, and I'm learning as it goes. But also I know that if someone else can do it, well, I can do it too. Remember that this thing was already sanded. Here I got a little big bump, so I'm gonna put a lot more bondo, and I'm gonna come to the other side and fill this because I didn't have enough. And I'm using my fingers because I found it easier to work, believe it or not, than when with a putty knife. And it's already dry. I don't have much time to work. It's time for me to quit. That's it. That's as far as I went. You see how hard it is, and it gets dry so fast. I'm trying just to stick it in as much as I can right now, but it's already getting dry. I ran out of time, and I got with this left over, but it's okay. I think I cover pretty much what I needed right now. I'm gonna obviously let it dry. I'm gonna sand it and put more whatever it needs to. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what happens, okay? All right, guys. Hey guys, I am applying bondo right now. I couldn't get this the first part on film, but I'm gonna get the second one just to get an idea. It looks ugly right now, but once it's sanded and fixed, it'll be pretty much looking like that. I still gotta do that side, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. All right. As far as your hand being dirty, like I said, I don't recommend to do this, but this is how I am. I had to do it. I just waited to get a little bit dry, and it just start rubbing my fingers, and this thing, it just comes off. And then obviously you can wash your hands if you want to do what I did, which is not right. The pros are gonna kill me on this one, but it's okay. I want to show you the final result, and I'll be happy then. And like I did before on the other one, I'm gonna clean with isopropyl alcohol, and I just want to clean it really good on the area where I'm gonna be throwing the bondo. I already sanded it and make some holes, like 1 inch, so that way it can penetrate. And I'm done with that, and I'm gonna prepare the bondo and throw it in. I don't think I'm gonna have enough bondo to cover. I'm gonna have to buy more, but it's done. All right, guys. So I'm gonna be preparing the mixture. I want you to remember that for this mixture, you only have 5 minutes of physical time to once you mix the mixture. You only have 5 minutes of all right, so yeah, you only have about 5 minutes of cure time. So I'm gonna try to get the whole thing, whatever is the rest of the bondo from the can. And like I said, once you mix this thing, once you mix it, it's 5 minutes what you have to actually cure it. So first time mixing it because it was kinda a little bit dry, so I wanna mix it. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna get the hardener. Try to be close to the vehicle when you do the hardener, because Again, you only have 5 minutes. Once you get the desired color, and that's good enough. We're gonna go to the vehicle real quick and start working on it. Like I say, try to work fast because we don't have too much time. We're gonna get to the crack. I also covered these little holes right here, and just in case if I need more, well, I'll buy some more. Okay, so it's covered. Got this thing covered. Okay, guys, so I'm almost on the final step of finishing the project that I have, which was a lot of cracks on my bumper, and obviously you need to get the correct color for your vehicle. You gotta find out where the color code is. On my case, this is a Porsche Cayenne, and as far as I know, the color code is on the back. If this is on the back, maybe a lot of vehicles have that on the back too. So I'm gonna have to remove all that stuff. Let me come back. Okay. And back. I'm gonna lift this up, and we should have the color code right in here. See that? Alright guys, so I did a preparation. I just want to cover everything that I don't want to be painted with tape and newspaper, as you can see. And I'm ready to do a layer of primer. Okay, the bondo. Try to buy a good quality. I don't know if this is a good quality or not, but the trick of this primer is that you gotta shake the can at least about a minute. 2 minutes will be ideal. 3 will be awesome. So that way the paint can really be mixed and stick to it on whatever you want to be stick. Alright guys, so I'm gonna start painting it a little bit. Alright guys, so before you start the painting on the vehicle, first try on a little piece of paper to see if it comes out good, and then we're gonna start primer it. And we're gonna start with small layers, guys. Don't try to cover the whole thing, because then it starts dripping. Okay, so just with small layers. Alright guys, so we're gonna let it dry for a little bit. We're gonna let it dry and now we come back about 30 minutes to do another layer of a bondo, okay? Alright guys, so I waited about 15 minutes and I'm just gonna clean a little bit the dust that it creates, alright? Before applying the second coat of bondo, not bondo, primer, okay? By this time, you should have your can already shake pretty good. And let's get started with the second coat. Alright, so we're down to the second coat. Okay guys. The bondo's getting there. I can tell it's covering it pretty good. Alright guys, I'm down to the fourth layer. I don't know, it's not covering this. Ok. Vamos a ver qué onda. Guys, I just want to show you how it looks after the bondo. All I have to do is sand it up a little bit more, and it doesn't look perfect. This is not a professional yo. It doesn't look perfect. I still needed a lot more sanding on some of the spots, like right here, but I just didn't do it, and a lot more sanding on that side too. But this, it definitely looks a lot better than what it used to. All I have to do is sand a little bit, sand it with the water right here, a real fine sanding, get the little corners sand, and then paint it, and let's see what it happens. I mean, I think I can get away with this. It looks a lot better than the cracks, at least until I purchase a new bumper. So what I'm doing now is that we're a very fine at 220 and a little bit of water. I'm just sanding out the just the edges, so that way, you know, very lightly. Don't put too much pressure, so that way we can get rid of the line of between the regular paint and the primer. And that's what I'm gonna be doing on all the everywhere I put the primer. Okay, I'm also gonna polish a little bit the whole bondo, not the bondo, the primer, and then I'm gonna start spray painting the vehicle with the one that I purchased. All right guys, so I'll come back to you guys. So I have the vehicle prep for the painting. Now I want you to know, I don't know if I had mentioned it before, that when you buy these toe chop kits, even though you go by the code color, it's not gonna be the same. So you have to deal with that or take it to a pro. It's always a little bit different, but anyway, so I'm gonna start painting it, and it's gonna be with small coats like always. I'm not gonna try to do all at once, so like probably every 15 minutes I will give it a coat, probably about 2 or 3 coats. All right, so it's very important you shake the can very well, at least about a minute, 2 minutes, top, bottom, before spraying it. All right, so let's get started. There's a lot of wind. Gonna wait a little bit. I'll wait for the wind. In the meantime, you can shake it. Small coats. Don't try to go all at once. Alright, so that was the first coat. Gonna wait 15 minutes and just do it like that until we get all the necessary coats that you want. Alright? Hey guys, I'm down to the second coat, and it's looking pretty good. As far as I'm concerned, the color is a little bit different. It's a little bit darker, a little bit grayer. I don't know. The original color is a little bit like, has like a green touch to it, but it's close enough. Once the clear coat is on it, I'm gonna be very satisfied compared to where it was, you know. So yeah, so this is the second coat. I'm probably gonna give it 1 or 2 more coats, and then I'll wait probably 24 hours and I give them the clear coat. All right, guys. So see you then. So yeah, guys, I give it about 4 coats, and I just waited until it's dry to the touch, so that way I can put the clear coat on it. I am not gonna wait 24 hours. Something happened in here. I didn't notice that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm probably gonna sand it a little bit over there to remove that. I didn't notice in the last paint that I had this I don't know, this drop, I guess. So very softly I'm trying to remove the spot, which is gonna be really hard. I guess I'm gonna have to sand it in and put a little coat of paint again. Yeah, that's about what I'm gonna have to do. So yeah, I'm gonna paint that out, and then so luckily I still had a little bit of paint, so I had to sand it a little bit, and so I'm gonna put another coat of paint there to that drop that I didn't see it. So I'm gonna cover it and wait a little bit, and then put the clear coat. All right, so yeah, so let's give it a little touch up, and the drop is disappearing. I'm gonna wait about 20 minutes, and then I come back and give it the clear coat. All right. So once we finish with the bottle, you turn it upside down and spray until nothing comes out. That's how you clean the tip of the spray, and leave it there because we might use this touch up for later on. After I think this is dry, or after I saw that it was dry to touch, well, it's time to put the clear coat. I've been shaking these cans for the last 2 minutes, and that's what it's supposed to be doing. And I'm just gonna go ahead and proceed to put the clear coat on it. Right. The first drops you do it on the newspaper, and then the rest to the car. You do it on strokes. It's the best way to do it. And then you do a second coat. Alright guys, see you in a little bit. Alright guys, I'm down to the third and final coat of clear coat, and it's already starting to get into shape. It kind of shines, kind of like the car, and actually it's pretty good. The color came out really good actually. I need to take the newspaper and sand it a little bit where the stuff is, and try to fix it. But I'm pretty happy with the color and shape. I mean, you know, for not being a professional job, it used to be full of cracks. Now it doesn't have cracks, and it's pretty strong. As a matter of fact, it's gonna be stronger than what it was. So I'm just shaking the can very good and give them the final coat, and this is gonna be it. I'm gonna start from this end and do it, and that's it, guys. I'll show you once I remove the newspaper, and we'll talk about it. All right. Okay, guys. So here's the aftermath of the bumper fixed up. It's not that bad. Now here is when I told you that this is not a professional job. At first, like that, you cannot see anything, but if you get close to it, very close, You can see a little bumps right in here. Well, a professional guy will not do that. But you know what, man? I'm really satisfied with the job. Look at it, man. It was all cracked. Had a big hole in here. Now it's strong, really strong. And I can live with that for a while. Also, the color, if you get close, you can see a little bit the difference. That's why you paint the whole bumper the same color, so that way people will not notice it. All right, guys, this concludes this video. I hope you like it. It's doable. You can do it. You can save hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, on this one, because they're very expensive. And you can use it as long as you want until you get a new replacement or a professional guy to do the job for you. So, all right, guys, if you like it, please put a thumb up, press, turn on the bell, and I'll see you in another video of mine. Please don't forget to subscribe, so that way you don't miss any of these cool videos. Later, guys. Okay, guys, so here's the aftermath of the bumper fixed up. It's not that bad. Now here is when I told you that this is not a professional job. At first, like that, you cannot see anything, but if you get close to it, very close, you can see a little bumps right in here. Well, a professional guy will not do that, but you know what, man? I'm really satisfied with the job. Look at it, man. It was all cracked. Had a big hole in here. Now it's strong, really strong, and I can live with that for a while. Also, the color, if you get close, you can see a little bit the difference. That's why you paint the whole bumper the same color, so that way people will not notice it. All right, guys, this concludes this video. I hope you like it. It's doable. You can do it. You can save hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, on this one, because they're very expensive. And you can use it as long as you want until you get a new replacement or a professional guy to do the job for you. So, all right, guys, if you like it, please put a thumb up, press, turn on the bell, and I'll see you in another video of mine. Please don't forget to subscribe, so that way you don't miss